Have you ever got that feeling where your channel is on an exponential growth trajectory and everything seems to be working in your favor? You are getting new subscribers daily, your views are increasing daily, and then one day everything just goes south. Your views start to drop, your subscriber count starts to drop, and you're back to square one. Well, guess what? That's happened to me and it sucks big time. Last year in August, when one of my videos blew up, my channel went crazy and I was getting tons of views and subscribers, not every single day, but every hour. Every time I refresh my YouTube analytics every 10 minutes, I see an increase of 30 to 50 subscribers at one point. And I'm not even exaggerating. So to have gone from that to doing a couple of subscribers a day now, that's definitely a sign that my channel is slowly dying. As a matter of fact, I'm sure some of you would have thought and commented something like this as well. And it seems that YouTube has this thing where they are capable of pushing you to the top of the mountain if they wish, but they're also capable of pushing you down the mountain as well. Or sometimes YouTube doesn't even want to push you up the mountain at all. And having them do that to us, it kind of makes us wonder, what on earth did we do wrong to deserve this? Here's the big question. What can we do as content creators to play this ever-changing game? To be perfectly honest with you, I have been going on a roller coaster ride this past few weeks when my views and subscribers are down. I lost motivation to create, I don't respond to comments for days, I don't even want to do YouTube anymore. But I know I have built something unique on YouTube, and I'm sure you feel the same with your channel as well. And I'm not ready to give up just like that. So I did a bit of self-reflection. I went outside to talk to other business owners and I watched other successful YouTube channels. And I realized one thing about myself. I'm such a diva and I'm such an entitled brat. Why do I say that? Well, I have been in denial and complaining about something I have no control over. What YouTube does and wants to do is out of my control. I just have to do what I do best and focus on what I can control, right? In fact, Sean from Think Media explained something pretty clear recently, and that is the YouTube algorithm is changing. For some reason, we're starting to see channels with views in the hundreds, not the usual hundreds of thousands of views, but hundreds of views. And you know what? He is right. I noticed that too. And that is great news for many small YouTube channels out there. That's an opportunity. That small little shift is bound to affect many YouTube channels that have enjoyed smooth sailing the YouTube algorithm. And I think I was caught in that too, in some way. At first, it feels horrible to go downhill, but after I reflected on this, I find that it is a blessing in disguise. You see, when one of my videos started gaining an insane amount of traction last year, I was completely unprepared and I was taken by surprise. Even though I feel like I was over the moon, like this is my time and this is where my journey truly begins, I started to hold back and I started to play safe. The subsequent videos I made after that viral video of mine were nothing spectacular. It does not involve much experiments or risks or anything extraordinary. And that kind of persisted for several weeks, months even. And I was obsessed with following the exact same things I did for that viral video. I followed the title, I followed the thumbnail, I followed the description, I followed everything, but nothing worked. But still, I dare not try something new because I was afraid I would break the momentum YouTube gave me. And soon enough, the momentum slowly died and I am no longer given that privilege anymore by YouTube. This is also when some viewers approached me and said my channel is dying, and sadly there were a lot of assumptions and unsolicited advice and opinions given to me which didn't help one bit. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you feel like your YouTube channel is dying or not growing, don't let the numbers or others dictate your success. If you ask me if my views are bad right now, I would say no, because I know very well each video of mine is capable of getting over 1,000 views. And if you have been following me from the start, then you will know how I have been wanting to achieve that for a long time. So my wish actually came true. I just didn't realize it thanks to the noise. Numbers are important, and that's what the third parties love to focus on, but they will never focus on what matters most to you, which is your own content. I'll give you an example. Apple. Right now, Apple is known for being one of the top most valuable companies in the world. Their products are selling well, they are making big profits year after year, and most would think Apple is a huge success based on those numbers. However, the second Apple announces a loss, go ahead and see how many critics there are going to be who will claim this is the end of Apple. I mean, if you ask me, I think Apple is on a slow decline. Their glory days are back in the Steve Jobs era when Apple was on the rise. Even though Apple is making insane sales figures, there is one problem with the company, and that is their focus on the numbers rather than innovation. You see, what I learned from Apple is when we focus on the numbers, we are focusing on satisfying people and we start chasing people. And we lose focus on what we want to create for others. We start to doubt ourselves and what we are capable of, and we forget how to attract customers. Apple in its glory days are risk takers. They create banger products almost every 2 to 3 years. Do you guys remember the iPod Touch or iPod in general? Apple created the iPhone that eventually replaced their own iPod line of products. That to me is daring, taking the risk on something you believe in and not just to meet the numbers and people's expectations. And the same lesson applies to us as YouTubers as well. There will come a time where our content becomes stale and our viewers will turn on us. It is not their fault for turning on us, it is our fault for not keeping things fresh just because we want to play it safe. So what I discovered is that if your channel is dying, it is not the end of the world. It is not for anyone to tell you this is it for you. It is actually the time for you to shift your thinking and think about how you can make use of this opportunity to try things differently. Like for me, I want to take this chance to try out different types of topics and titles and thumbnails. I can actually stop creating the same old topics week after week. I've recently started a YouTube channel review video where I review a few small YouTube channels, give them honest feedback and suggestions that I reckon they can do. And how did that go? Views are still about the same, but engagement is sky high. I've learned how to drive traffic to my email list. I've learned to communicate outside of YouTube and take control. And best of all, I've never felt happier being able to help others on their YouTube journey. That alone has helped me swap my focus from just satisfying the YouTube algorithm for views to helping others grow, and it doesn't matter what the views are. So I'm actually happy and motivated now, more so than when I have to keep producing similar content just to satisfy the YouTube algorithm, which didn't work by the way, and that made me miserable. Look guys, YouTube is changing all the time and there's nothing you can do about it. Don't listen to the naysayers, the negative comments, or even YouTube gurus who tell you there's a problem with the way you create your content and then they just stuff their opinion on you. The advice given by YouTube gurus these days gets outdated in a matter of weeks. If anything, there are only 2 ways to save a dying channel. 1, pay a coach to help you sort out your planning and social media content. Courses are usually good to get you started with the basics and they are cheap, but they don't save your channel from dying. To actually grow a channel requires a lot of in-depth analysis and understanding and experience, which can take years of content creation, which is what you're paying for having a coach. However, coaches can be expensive, so the next best thing is to simply create content consistently, have fun, and try to create a better video, one video at a time. Consistency to me is still the key. Some may hit it big after creating 100 videos, some may take 1000 videos, and some may only need 10 videos. We don't know what that number is, but I can say there's no secret except hard work. There's no way we can have a template of success because there are just too many variables at play here. At the end of the day, this is just a mindset game. If you think your YouTube channel is dying and you choose to complain about how things are unfair, then yes, it will most likely die off. But if you tell yourself that this is an opportunity to try different methods that you enjoy, like different styles or changes in settings, then you will have a chance to succeed because you are going to take action. We need to start thinking like a business owner. And from the people I talk to who are business owners themselves, I can say with confidence that none of them knows what they are doing. But what makes them successful is that they are willing to give everything a try, they are willing to give everything a chance. They pivot fast, they leverage on what they have, and they never lose sight of their goal. This is something I wish for you and myself, of course, and I wish you all the best.